Very important life lesson for all of you. Follow the goddamn plan. I don't know where the putty goes. If I was a teenager, I would want a cloud. I'm an adult and I want a cloud. Don't judge people for liking wet towels. Hi guys, my name is Anna. You're watching simcue, and without further ado, let's get into this video. 1 hour is all we have, and that is exciting because it means that 1 hour will pass and then I'm done. But it's also nerve-wracking because it means that in 1 hour I have to be done. So here is the game plan. I'm going to build a somewhat simple house, but having at least 2 bedrooms. We're also going to be using some packs that will allow us to put things together really quickly, but I think we should just kind of get started. So timer is on and let us go. Alrighty. So what I am thinking is I actually want quite a big hallway, and then I want to have like a small toilet right here and then a bathroom right here leading into a bedroom over on this side. How long should the bedroom be? Probably around there. I think I want some bigger rooms. That could be interesting. We'll have this one bit shorter so that we can have another room here. And then we have this white long hallway right around here. This wall coming along. Want bedrooms on the other side, but I would like to have just one more bathroom. I guess that could technically just be around here, and then we'll have a living room situation, then we'll have a bedroom with a little maybe built-in closet, and we can then again do another bedroom over here. That looks pretty good to me, somewhat symmetrical. I actually do quite like that. I don't have time to comment on these things. I need to move. I need to get a move on. I think for the roof, yeah, the word is roof. I think for the roof, I just want it to be flat. I personally really like it. I think it looks really good, and it's also quite simple for us to do. So I think we'll try that. Let's raise this up by at least 1, and also let's get some higher walls. That looks a little bit silly. I think I also want just one bit of a platform, and then here at the bottom, let's have something like that. Still have 7 minutes for the shell, so that's pretty good. For windows, I mean, we could just use these like big ones. Actually, let me choose a door first, because the idea is that we sort of have a view all the way through, even though maybe on this lot you wouldn't want that, but I think it could be really cool. I'm already overwhelmed with choices. I mean, this is kind of awesome, but I don't really know if it'll actually fit. Oh, we're definitely going to add eco lifestyle. I want these doors on the other side. Do I want them taller? Maybe. Aren't there tall sliding doors? There are no tall sliding doors. Okay, fair enough. Oh, there's an even longer one. Is there not a long tall one? Why do these come in so many different sizes? That's so bothersome. That's actually pretty cool as well. Let's do that. And then maybe here I'll actually cheat a little bit and get one of these. I think that could be pretty cool. So what color does these ones come in? Because I would like a bit darker, I think. Is the orange wood technically the darkest, and otherwise it's just like black? Well, maybe we'll go for black then. See how that works. Do we have this? Yes, that actually matches for once. That's nice. There we go. So for windows, let's also try and see what eco lifestyle has for us. I feel like our filters will really be our best friend. This is just all doors. That's fine. On the other hand, though, or on the other side, here I would like, I guess technically a door like this, but I don't really like that. We'll come back to that one. Windows, windows, windows. We do have these, which would be maybe pretty cool, like in the rooms where you wouldn't want people to be able to like stare in. And technically also for the kitchen. Oh, that's not a kitchen, that's a bathroom. Then maybe not for the bathroom. Oh, we also have these ones. I do like that as well, because then we could probably do sort of like that and like that. Then we kind of just need a door. And I think for now, just because otherwise I will be panicking, we will be going in with this one. I want to copy this, thank you, because this is the view that I want, so you can see all the way through. Awesome. Let us create a kitchen. I always go in with floor and wallpaper later, because then I kind of know what color scheme will work. I would want the fridge over here, so like that. And let's also get a little island, like actually probably more so in the middle, so that would be there. And then please get these right off the get-go. One there and one there. Awesome. Let's get a stove. Let's get the fridge. I also think cabinets will look pretty good for this one. So let's get some of those. I believe there's also a stove hood. There we go. A sink in our island right there. And what else? Appliances? That doesn't look good. They can have the stand mixer. There we go. Good thing is that we are right now a little bit ahead. There's like 3 minutes for what I set aside for just doing the shell. And the shell is somewhat done. So, and then what color would I want the kitchen? No. Maybe. This one or the brown. Which do I prefer? And a sink that will also somewhat match in. I don't really like. That seems very dark. Okay, sure. Let's continue. Let's not panic. We are wasting valuable time. There we go. That is our kitchen. For our living room, let's get to the living room. Let's not do the bedrooms yet. Yeah, that could actually be really nice to have a big couch like this all the way around. I also need doors. So doors for the room will probably be there and there. So I could have the TV in between. Right now this isn't working out the way I intended it, but we will get there. So I'm thinking maybe like that. That's a little tight. Do I care about that? Probably not at this point. Let's just continue. Get a coffee table. It's also a bit of a tight spot right there. Probably choose a different one. Accent table. Don't really like any of that either. Let's get storage, right? Yeah. Ooh, but I also just remember that storage actually has these ones. These are awesome. I really like these. Do we have any kind of table that matches there along the bottom? We could also do something like that. We have something else that might work better. Doesn't really look like it. So maybe actually just something like that. And then we can have the dark one. It's just, this isn't like a perfect match, but it might have to do, even though I chose the darker kitchen. I do like the light colors on these, but of course we could go darker. I think that might match. Ooh, that matches even worse. Oh no, that is a problem. Do we have anything that matches? Should we maybe just throw out the idea of actually only using a few packs and then just let me use whatever packs I want and try to see if we can make something with that? Maybe there, and I guess then we would technically want it up top, but I don't really know if I like that. I don't like this. What about just this shelf? Please come in a matching color. Oh, and it doesn't even match in height. Oh no. We'll try that. I don't even care at this point. I'm already stressed. TV, put that TV right there. That kind of works. I think bathrooms, because I think that will de-stress me just a little bit. You would enter through here, and we'd also want a shower situation. We'd want this shower. We want this. We'd then want a toilet. I guess technically, no, the shower wouldn't work with that either. So we'd want these over here. That would probably work. Then we'd have the toilet here. Let me just make sure that this toilet is in the middle. And then we would have the sink over here. Would that work? Probably. Hopefully. I think they can pass through there. And there's some other nice things. I guess if we move the plant here, it wouldn't be too ridiculous to have. Well, they can also be here. There we go. And we also kind of want these. There isn't really space for them because we have the door there and that's too tight of a squeeze. Okay, we will put them on the wall. Now this in the shower, that's nice. Then we can also have a little lamp somewhere. I will probably move it. We have a mirror. We also, in this one, let's make it a little bit smaller and place it around there. So it's just underneath. That's fine by me. And let's get like that for the shower. It's in the wall. And instead this. Perfect. We want to use the tub. We haven't used it yet. Should we maybe make like a wet area? So there's also a shower here. That could make sense. I mean, it's not the worst. I also want to use these again. So let's move it a little bit. Oh, I'm scooching things. I'm making this so much more difficult for myself. Actually, that's still fine spacing, I think. And then we'd want a sink somewhere, potentially there, and a toilet. It's also just a little boring, like everything is on that wall. Is that important right now when we're in a time crunch? Maybe not, but maybe it is. I guess I will have to figure that out, how I feel about it. Yes, we are using the same plant, okay? Sue me. Don't do that, please. Thank you. So we'll do the same trick. We'll just have it right there. We'll get these ones right there. We'll get a lamp. We'll move the lamp at some point. We'll get these because they're cute. I think we have everything I need. I think I forgot toilet paper in this one. Let me get the toilet paper. I would like to have space for these, at least in some, like in one of these. I guess here that's not two tighter spots, so that kind of works. Moving on. Wow, this is actually a really big hallway. Maybe let's get some doors, because that's technically part of the shell. We have 41 minutes left, so I'm still feeling all right about it. Just your general stress. I feel like this could be the kind of house to have these kind of doors for all of the rooms, basically. Maybe we should make this an office, so maybe this isn't opaque. This is just normal. Is that green? That's also green. Does the black... Oh, okay. I was just about to panic. Let's get some more of these. Even for the bathrooms, I mean, if it's that kind of house, you know... Why am I doing an evil laughter? That makes no sense. Oh, I just realized that the idea with this bathroom was that like anyone would be able to access it, but now that's also through a bedroom. So if there's a person in here, they would always need to pass through someone else's bedroom just to use a bath. That's actually really annoying, but I don't really have time to care about that right now. So maybe flooring. Let's do flooring now. I think we're ready for flooring. I actually really like this kind of flooring, and we do think it comes in a darker tone that could match. That kind of works for the space. But we are, of course, now reaching the point where this is a darker tone, but the doors are much lighter. And how important is that? That feels kind of important. Also, I think this floor matches the kitchen. I don't really think the floor matches whatever we got going on here. Not super pleased with the living room at the moment. I actually want to completely change the plan. Do we not have terracotta? I mean, we imagine. I know it just says concrete, but I'm imagining that this is terracotta and it's beautiful. I actually really like that. I think we'll go with that. I don't even care at this point. I mean, I never said that the house had to be, you know, nice. Bedroom. Okay. Bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. I'm actually so running out of time. I think in the beginning I was fine, and now I am not fine. Just place some items. That makes no sense. That's so dumb. What do we have that looks built in? What do we have that looks built in? Come on, give me something. Kitchen cabinets. Oh, there are plates in it. I hate that. Oh, that doesn't work either. Oh, full on panic. Full on panic. Okay. How about we just do multiple of these? They come in a neutral color, don't they? Maybe we can fit 3 on this wall and that can look okay. 1. Oh, that's actually not in the middle. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh my god. There we go. But it doesn't look fully built in. That is so bothering me. That is such a bother. Hate that idea. Don't even continue doing that. Okay, the battle isn't lost yet. I hate that this is open shelving. That is like so bad. Oh, I hate it. 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 This is still better. Should we choose a color? No, they just have the weird color. I don't even care at this point. Give me something good. Right now, I just hate everything. Screw the packs. Let's just build a house. That looks somewhat decent. That's a bedroom. Office space right over here. What if we did like one long table? I guess maybe like this. Could use the book nook kit. Could be maybe cool. Is it true that, yeah, so it comes with some different book colors. That's somewhat nice. Let's also do some here on top. Remember when I said that maybe this was fun? I take that back. I take that back so much. That has been taken back in full. Ugh, this one. But the colors don't match anymore because I fricked it up. The game plan has been thrown out the window. Everything has been thrown out the window. We care about nothing than completing this challenge by now. Moving on. We have more bedrooms. So technically what we could have done, we could have done the office down here. Okay, that actually kind of works. Sweet. Because if we do the office down here, then that means that we don't have that awkward situation where you're walking through someone else's bedroom. Now you're just walking through the office. That is way less awkward. So now we have a very big office that we will be adding things to, but we will do that later. And now we have a bedroom. So bedroom in here, maybe for a teenager. I think that could make sense. Quite like this one. Good bed, good solid bed. What colors? Purple. I like purple. You also get the slightly darker table maybe. This is nice. That looks cool. I don't know if it looks cool. That's just something I set. I don't like how everything is brown. In my mind, this was an awesome idea. Now I absolutely hate it and I'm running out of time. So I really don't have time to hate it, which is causing me a lot of stress. This bed is pretty darn awesome. Our door is broken. Lovely. That's what you get for now. So then we have a smaller space here. So probably for a child. You know what? Maybe they had a child like an efternyler I don't know what you call that in English. A child that came much later than their first child. At least in Danish, we have a word for that. Why is there so much furniture all of a sudden? Why are you making this so hard? I need less choices. Let's get some toys, right? We want some toys. We want a dinosaur. Everyone loves dinosaurs. We also want some more toddler stuff like these. These are very cute. Put those on the wall. We also have baskets here. I don't know, now we just have everything, a little bookshelf. I mean, that's always kind of cute. Sure, apparently we just have a dark, depressing toddler. That is so sad. Oh, great tables. Please show me your wisdom and share with me a good table for my baskets. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to build pretty things. I mean, this looks a little whack. I'm very aware of that. If I had time to custom place things, trust me, I would. But we do not have the time, okay? So that is now what it looks like. Deal with it, because I have to. I don't know where the potty goes. We have 22 minutes. I should already be on landscaping. What the actual hell? And the house doesn't have any color either. I need more than 10 minutes of panicking. What is this? Why do we do this? This is a horrible idea. I don't want to do this anymore. I already said that. Please feel sorry for me. I was thinking a red brick, even though for the kind of house it is, I feel like that barely even makes sense, but it's not a brick house. I mean, look at it. How is this a brick house? Ugh, I hate it. But neither would paneling make sense. None of this makes sense. I don't even know what kind of house we are doing anymore. Fine. We're already using this pack. Isn't that fine? Yeah, sure. You know what? It's now gray. It's what you get. You get boring and gray. And then up here, we'll do a little platformy color. We'll do brown, apparently. We'll also do a little trim, which will be another brown shade. Gray is better. Okay. And then we'll also do the foundation, where we will probably a grayish color, what I'm thinking. We'll get some stone, like this stone, and here on top, make that a little bit darker. There's these ones. These are some really nice bushes. They kind of go with everything except for the foundation. And then let's get a little tree. Trees take up some nice space. I normally don't use them because even though I love trees, I find them so annoying in an actual build. The idea was also to have kind of like a pool, and you know what? I still have time to do a pool, so no stress here. Let me just get a trim. I even have time to do a trim. I mean, building a house in an hour, it's no problem. I want to cry. Maybe they're just lounge kind of people, you know. And I don't really care that this is a door. It's more the idea that you can like really easily air out the house. So an outdoor couch would look something like, what would an outdoor couch look like? It could look like this. Gosh, we're using so many packs. That was not the plan. I guess that's my issue. I went in with a plan. I neglected the plan, and here we are. That's what happens when you don't follow the plans, okay? Very important life lesson for all of you. Follow the goddamn plan. Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. Don't, no. Okay, only like that color, fine. Does that match? No. Do I care? No. Neither do these people. They just buy whatever they like and they live with it. That's how they roll. Let's just start with doing the horrible crime of painting everything white. Then in case I just somehow run out of time, that'll just how it'll be. Blah, blah, blah. Let's still go in. I still want some color. I still want some action. It wasn't meant to be like this. It's meant to be awesome and cool, and I would come out on top and be like, look at all the things you can do in just an hour. But then it all went to scheiss. We don't even have any furniture in the hallway. And maybe we never will. Maybe it's one of those like empty hallways. As you call them, what we all call our hallway that's empty, right? That's what, like, you know, rich people have. They have so much room, they can just have an empty hallway. Okay, how are we doing? I mean, it could be better. I'm not gonna argue with you on that, but could also be a lot worse. It is a house. Right now it's a barely decorated house. Is that really important? I think not. That's at least what I'm trying to tell myself. And then maybe decorations can save this. Okay, we have 14 minutes and I just realized that we do not have a dining area. So let's at least spend some of those minutes on actually giving them a table. They can have this table. Wow, lucky you. And matching chairs. Sure. Do I love that? No, I actually kind of hate it. So where is there another chair? I mean, this one is better, even if we just do something very simple. Is there also a better table? Yes. I also like this one better. Okay, should we go for slightly darker? That doesn't really work. The light actually works best. The light has been our friend and will continue to be so. I don't even care at this point. Very quickly, should we have tiles? Make a quick decision. Anna, should we or should we not have tiles? We should not. Okay, great. Moving on. Decorations. Let's just decorate. Screw the hallway. Let's see. The child can definitely have a few cutesy things, like this little one with butterflies. Who doesn't just love that? We probably also want to get a little chair in here. Who doesn't love that? We have 10 minutes. These are the 10 minutes of panicking. So that kind of works, right? Like this was the plan. There we go. And they have some of my favorite colors. So let's just go in. Perfect. I mean, this is cute, even if you're an adult. I would love to have this lamp. That doesn't really work, but I don't really care. What would a teenager have? Are we sure the teenager doesn't want a cloud? Because if I was a teenager, I would want a cloud. I'm an adult and I want a cloud. Decorations, 8 minutes. Oh my God. Plants. Let's get some plants. Apparently I sing when I'm panicking. They also get a lovely little moon. Everybody gets a moon. What would you want on the wall? I mean, you're a teenager. You want film posters. I had film posters as a teenager of Pirates of the Caribbean, and they were awesome. Let's get a little light. Let's get a little light. This is a good light. This is a solid little light right there. Let's also get a little rug for this space, like that. That kind of works. Sure, whatever. Let's get a rug for in here. That actually somewhat works. Go back to the decorations. Let's get some more things on the wall. 6 minutes on the dot. Doesn't this come in other swatches? It should. Why am I spending time on this? That's just really not important. Okay, let's try to do even just the slightest little bit. What do we have? Give me something good. It's not really something good, okay? Oh, that's horrible as well. Forget it. Give me something bad. Okay, perfect. Storage. Don't we have some clothes? Put some clothes on that, thank you. Put some more clothes on that. Yeah, that's apparently what they wear outside. Let us also get some mirrors, because we barely have any mirrors. And then you know what? We're also going to get a little bench. This one right here. Decorations, 5 minutes. Okay. More on the wall. What do we want on the wall? Maybe they've just traveled a lot, so they brought home these kind of paintings. Kitchen. Let's maybe get a few decorations for the kitchen or anywhere else. We could have shoes in the hallway, like so. Then we could have this cute little piece here. Sometimes you just end up spending time on the most like random ass stuff. Like, why is this important to me all of a sudden? Cookies in the kitchen. Thank you very much. Oh, a cookbook. Awesome. Nice. Oh, knives. Okay. Let's go. Even some plates. Let's just put some clutter right there. 3 minutes. You know what? This is fine. Doesn't really fit, but we don't really care at this point. They also have this for some. No, they have a mirror. Oh my gosh. They're a teenager. They need a mirror. Every teenager needs a mirror. Are you kidding me, Anna? How could you forget? You used to be a teenager. Come on. Get in the game. Get your head in the game. You gotta get your head in the game. Let's also get some miscellaneous. We need some, I don't even know the word for them anymore, but we need some of these towels. Perfect. Okay, I remembered in the last second. That's a very small towel. So let us maybe get this, and it would be really wet in that spot. I'm very aware of that. That's just how they prefer their towels. Don't judge people for liking wet towels. Seriously. It's 2026. Stop doing that. In my current state of mind, I could not care less about the camera angles. You get what you get. 1 minute. I should not have looked at the clock. Why do I have live edit on? I don't even need it. Come on, place one last item. We cannot just not place an item like this. What would a teenager want? Isn't there like makeup? There's supposed to be some makeup, right? Oh, I don't have time for that. I really don't have time for that. They have this because they really like that. And then out here, they have a grill. Oh my God, get a grill. Never have I gotten a grill so fast. It's a house. It's a poorly decorated house. And I don't know why the grill is right in front of the pool. Maybe not the best spot for a grill. Will I allow myself? You know what? No, forget it. The grill is there. I'll allow myself to make it black. That's it. Well, let me give you a tour. We have... Oh, it's so bad. I do like the idea. I like some of the elements. I don't really like the hallway because I simply just forgot about it for so long. It wasn't super important. I think the door should have been smaller so that we could have a full-on wardrobe area right here. That would have made sense. The bathroom over here is actually probably one of the more decorated rooms, also just because it is so much smaller. So I do kind of like that. I hope that works. And we also have the lamp, the random lamp that I forgot about, that I was like, oh, I'll get back to that. So now it's just here, and I hope that the door opens that way, which it normally wouldn't, but you know, maybe they installed it wrong. The bedroom, I like the bed. I like the paintings. I like where we were going. I hate the closet situation. Again, I wanted a built-in wardrobe. I think that could have been cool. It's a little sparse. I definitely wanted to make this more cutesy. I also think, again, at some point, I just went wrong with the dark colors. I think lighter colors are often a bit more cute for a child's bedroom. I don't hate it. It's fine, but it could have been a lot better. I mean, the kitchen was definitely the right choice, a safe choice. Everything works together. You could say that it maybe is a little bit boring because I didn't spend more time on it, but it works. This is whatever. This is just, here is a dining place. I think it's very clear that I panicked, and they should just be happy that they have a dining table because it was a close one. And I do realize with my initial design that this space become very wasted. In general, you have a lot of square meters right here that is just wasted space. So that maybe wasn't the best idea. Just have a lot of weird hallway space, which is super wasteful. And I definitely normally wouldn't do that. But again, I had an idea in mind, and had I had more time, I think we could have been executed so much better, but we didn't, which is also why this is kind of a mix match. I like the idea with the built-in shelving system with the TV. I also really like this kind of couch, but considering how big this space is, this area becomes very cramped. But we do have a teenage room that is all right. The office, I think considering it's such a big room, it would have been nice to have more than one workstation and maybe also just, you know, a few more paintings, but who's counting really? And then of course we have the bathroom in here. The bathrooms, I gotta say, they do look quite nice. I don't think they would have been that much different even with more time. It just works. It's so cohesive. Outside, remember when I wanted 10 minutes to do landscaping? I could have probably used like half an hour and that would still have been very little. So this is what you get. It's just so funny. I can't stop laughing. But I guess it's nice to know what I can do in an hour. And I think I might in the future come back to this and sort of renovate it. And then I can see like how long does it take me when this was the initial idea? How long would it take me to actually make something that I like? Gosh, it looks horrible from this side. But it was fun to do. So with that, I wish you a lovely day. I hope to see you next time, and bye!